Hey everypony, my name is Hawk Nightwing, the most unapologetic defender G5 you'll ever meet, and at the time of recording this video, I have just watched Make Your Mark Chapter 5. Man, what an experience. This series keeps getting better and better with each new installment, and we got a lot to unpack. And also yes, you read the title right, I am doing individual reviews for each episode. Why, you may ask? Well, I've noticed that basically everyone covers Make Your Mark through full season reviews, and I kinda wanted to do things differently. You all know my brand by this point. I'm not content with simply following tradition. So instead, we're covering each episode one by one, just like people did during FIM. Reviews will be released daily or every 2 days, I don't know yet. This is for all intents and purposes an experiment, and it remains to be seen what my upload schedule will be. But yeah, I'm really excited to be doing this. I love Make Your Mark, and I can't wait to cover all these episodes in particular because wow. Before we begin, I would like to apologize for not releasing this video on the day of Chapter 5's release. I wish I could have covered it then, but I had a test to study for, actually 3 tests, all centered around chemistry. That unfortunately prevented me from having the time to watch these batch of episodes the moment they came out. But I do feel ready now, so at long last, I finally sat down to watch them, and we're going to cover them all. If you like what you see here and you want to see more of this delicious pony content, then feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. We analysts appear to be a dying breed in the fandom, as mindless hate videos get all the attention. So the more support you give me, the more my channel will be noticed by YouTube's incredibly weird algorithm, and the more people will become aware of how great G5 really is. With that being said, it's time to review the first episode of Chapter 5, Cutie Blossom Bash. So the episode starts off with the main 5 and Misty flying in the Mirror Stream, recounting their Cutie Mark stories. Why all this backstory exposition? Well, the titular Cutie Blossom Bash is now being held at Zephyr Heights, and Misty, of course, has just gotten her Cutie Mark. She's a little nervous about all the attention, but her friends assure her that it'll all be fine. Following a main makeover that everyone saw coming due to the toys and marketing, and a bunch of hijinks, Misty admits to her friends that she doesn't like all the attention, and she doesn't want everyone else to see that she's shy. Sunny and the others then take Misty out to a private garden in order to celebrate their own way. And through the power of a really nice musical montage, Misty realizes the true meaning of her Cutie Mark being a butterfly. She also tells her friends that she has to go back to Opaline, and that she will be a double agent for them. The episode ends with her back with good old Queen Meanie, now spying on her, and reporting to her friends instead of the other way around. So, what did I think of the episode? Well, for one thing, it is awesome to see further dimension be given to Misty, who I think is the series' true protagonist. The more the show has gone on, it's become increasingly apparent that she is in fact the main character, and that this show existed to tell her story first and foremost, which does make the fact that it's ending in November make a lot more sense. This is her story. We're going to see the conclusion to that story in less than 2 months. Dear Luda, I am not ready for the finale. I spent several months making a defense video and everything, going in extreme depth on this series, and to know it'll all be ending soon. Man. I'm going to cherish every memory I have with it for all its ups and downs, unlike some people. Anyway, I think Misty has become a much stronger character after she left Opaline. Through this episode, and the following ones, we learn more about her, how she feels about herself, and her sense of guilt over everything. She's incredibly insecure about who she is, and it's great to see this episode teach a valuable lesson about being honest with how you feel, with Sunny and the others learning that Misty isn't like them. She's had a completely different and even abusive upbringing, that she doesn't enjoy festivities in the spotlight like other ponies do. She prefers more quiet celebrations and alone time with her friends, and ultimately, Sunny and Co come through, and do something special for her by planting a tree seed that grows with Cutie Mark magic. The episode goes out of its way to convey the message that being introverted is okay, and you don't have to do things that you don't want to, even festivities. Which is certainly a far cry from how MLP used to be. I mean, have they grown? Early days MLP and even FIM probably wouldn't dare to go with a resolution like this. This episode's resolution for me is the anti-amending fences, and I appreciate it as a result. Rather than forcing Misty to attend a Cutie Blossom Bash and conform to constantly doing things out of your comfort zone because friendship, which is something the former would have done, Cutie Blossom Bash instead treats the situation very maturely, and the conflict ends in a way that feels organic. Misty doesn't have to enjoy everything the other ponies do. She doesn't have to participate in these sort of events if she doesn't feel comfortable. Her opinions matter, and she should be allowed to decide how she wants to spend this massive evolution in her life. It's a wonderful message that allows all kids to feel included no matter what their preferences are, and again, shows how MLP has grown and evolved over the years. I've always said that G5 comes off as a lot more mature than G4 in a lot of areas. In this episode, proved me 100% right, so that's a win in my book. The episode doesn't really have a B-plot, so there's a bit less to talk about. But I do want to talk about the short moments first, before I get to my biggest curiosity with Mickey and Mark going into the finale. First off, I appreciate how they dodged the question of Misty's absence by having Opaline be so self-absorbed that she doesn't even notice when her subordinate is gone. A main brush. Really? You're that vain that you don't even notice that your adoptive daughter is gone. She does almost realize the truth, but thank goodness she doesn't. It's obvious that they're saving the truth coming out for another grand reveal, which makes me even more excited for Secrets of Starlight. I don't know, I just find the bait and switch comedic gold. So apparently Alicorn villains need main brushes. Too bad Nightmare Moon didn't realize that until it was too late. Yeah, you might want to comb that flowing mane back, Mooney. It's getting a little out of hoof there. No? Okay. It really goes to show just where Opaline's priorities really lie, and I especially like the part where she outright admits to not having the power to give Misty a cutie mark. Which we all knew, of course, but seeing her outright admit that adds an extra layer of despicable on top of what we already have. She knows that she can't give Misty a cutie mark, as FIM already established that to be an impossible feat twice over, and she has no qualms about lying to her about it in order to get what she wants. That's why it made me happy that Misty realized the truth and got the heck out of Dodge when she did, because imagine Opaline still had power over her, even after all that. Yikes. I'll get into more why Opaline absolutely rules as an antagonist, despite what the mainstream fandom and Ovis will tell you when the Mickey Mark Chapter 2 and 4 defense videos come out. But until then, let me say that we're not finished with talking about this maniacal evil Alicorn anytime soon. I'm sorry, evil fire Alicorn. You gotta get it right, Hawk. Do not upset your new overlord. Also, the Pipsqueaks actually have plot relevance and even have a role in the story? Man, I was absolutely surprised to be sure, but a welcome one nonetheless. Seashell in particular gets the majority of the limelight, and I actually really like this, genuinely. These kids have been called a discount CMC for far too long. It's good to see the writers are actually giving them personality in order to break the stereotype. Seashell is really sweet, I'll give her that. She has this energy to her that's kinda infectious. I couldn't help but smile whenever she was on screen. She's also very encouraging, and I like that she's the one who actively invites the socially awkward Missy to join them at the table, and even goes so far as to point out that she's using the wrong fork. That's actually really kind of hard to do. I like seeing the side to her character. Seeing them befriend Misty was sweet, and I think she could actually get along nice with them if given an episode all by themselves to do so. Too bad Mickey and Mark may never get that opportunity. Oh well, maybe Tell Your Tale will do it, who knows. I just like seeing them get focused, you know? They're probably the least plot relevant characters in this whole series, and that's really depressing. We could have had something special there if we even had one 23-minute episode dedicated to them. Ah well, what are you gonna do? Also, the way the main five each got their cutie marks is very interesting as it ties back to their personalities, virtues, and who they are in some way. Sunny got hers after resolving a dispute, proving that she had the qualities of a leader from a very young age. Izzy got hers through her love of crafting and recycling old trash in order to make something new. Zip got her mark through her love of adventure, and Pip through singing being a supportive sister, and Hitch got his through choosing to put this filly who needed a friend first and play with her when no one else wanted to, which ties back to his natural-born leader role as a sheriff, and how he always looks out for those in need. It's really fascinating to analyze, and I think I might do a separate video analyzing each cutie mark story in depth if you all wanted to, as there's just so much to pick from. It's like we got a mini The Cutie Mark Chronicles rolled up as part of this big package. But yeah, really fascinating backstory to explore. I'm curious as who did the young voices. Was it the main VAs doing kid impressions, or were new ones hired? The song number is pretty neat. Nothing too special, but I like it nonetheless. It's got this triumphant beat with claps in between and a very catchy rhythm, and that, along with the message ringing true, makes it a very nice one. And it's a neat message for kids to take home with them. Things take time, and you can't expect to know everything about who you are right away. That's what life is for. You have to go out and experience it for yourself, gain knowledge, make mistakes, learn from them. The lyrics may not be the most memorable in the world, but as I said, the beat and message more than makes up for that. Seeing it used to grow the Together tree was neat. The tree symbolizes healing and a new beginning for Misty. She's got friends to look out for her and be there when she needs them. She's not alone anymore, and she can use that power of friendship to make a difference in the world, the way she was always meant to from the start. Now let's get into the main curiosity I have with the ending of the episode. I can't really call this a genuine flaw in any way, but I also can't say I'm completely on board with it either. I just don't know how to feel about it. I'm still kind of uncertain. Misty goes back to Opaline. Well, I'm holding up the white flag now, every pony. You guys were right, and I was wrong. The writers are going to be playing up the double agent thing here. And I guess that's fine? I don't know. Secrets of Starlight is going to completely obliterate this dynamic for good anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I remember defending this dynamic to death in my Chapter 2 defense, explaining in detail why it works so well, but now it doesn't really feel the same, you know? Because after Chapter 4, I really thought we were done with that. We could truly see Opaline be a solo act now, which she is that, but it doesn't really have the same effect. I don't know. One of the many reasons why I was singing Missing the Mark's praises was because that episode was billed as a crucial stepping stone, and Misty finally left Opaline for good, only to find, whoopsie, we're actually going back to that dynamic in the very next episode. And I do think the way the status quo is flipped now is genuinely clever and smart, which is why I can't exactly call this a flaw in spite of my reservations. Maybe if we had more episodes to deal with this new formula, I'd know exactly how to feel, but we don't now, do we? Dear Luna, I wish the ending wasn't coming so soon. I fear that some elements are going to be rushed. Misty being an inside pony is neither here nor there, with a couple notable exceptions of course, which I will be talking about in later episodes. But there's not really a difference being shown. She's just going through her arc the way she started the chapter in, so I'm not quite sure how to feel about this yet. Unless Tell Your Tale episode 61 through who knows can commit to the double agent thing and have it make more sense in the grand scheme of the story, I'm not seeing my mixed feelings evolve or change anytime soon. But with that all being said, this was a heartfelt episode. The writing has gone up tremendously, and they're going all the way with exploring who Misty is as her own pony now that she's left Opaline. I love where her character is at now, and look forward to talking about her journey more. This is certainly an episode I can see myself rewatching again. The emotional core is strong, if a bit foundational compared to the remainder of the batch, but the message hits home brilliantly, and the song is awesome, if a bit on the short side as always. It's a definite recommend from me, and you should watch it now if you haven't already. With that being said, I shall see you all very soon. Bye!